Why is your injury not healing? And it's very, very, very simple. First and foremost, you have to understand this distinction. Pain does not mean there is damage, and there being damage doesn't mean there's always going to be pain. Understanding that these are two separate mechanisms that are not the same. So an injury in the PT realm, in the ortho realm, as structural damage. So torn ACL, frayed labrum, herniated disc, structural damage. Damage does not always mean pain. Then it becomes the question, okay, if there's no damage, why does it hurt? That's the question we're diving into today. I also know many people that have went to PT, their scans look great. So even though the structural damage has healed, and you can of course argue that things heal differently and structurally they change, and that is true, but that does not explain the pain. Let's talk about the mechanism of the feeling of pain. If your nervous system perceives that there is instability or compromise in the structure, your shoulder, your back, your neck, your knee, it will send pain signals. That doesn't mean there's damage. It means your nervous system is flagging something with high urgency. It's giving you a very high urgency signal. Now, where we go wrong is that we immediately equate that this high urgency pain signal is actually damage. That's not the case. It means there's compromise or instability in the structure. So how exactly do we start to address that instability? This is where it gets really fun, and this is my line of work. Let's say, for example, you're experiencing a shoulder issue. We're gonna do some live demos today. Typically not gonna look at someone's shoulder. I'm actually gonna run a series of upstream and downstream assessments to see, do we have a lot of this going on? Because see, just by dumping my posture here, I'm not able to raise my arm all the way. My shoulder is automatically stuck. But the moment I start to extend my back, now my shoulder can move, now it can rotate, now I can do all the typical fun stuff, and I have full access to my body. An elbow issue is very similar because neck pain actually radiates, and neck pain is referred from the elbow down. And that neck pain that's being referred may actually be discomfort from the same exact root cause, your upper back. So when I assess you, I'm looking at you bigger picture. Pain in one site does not necessarily mean there's any damage or actually typically any issue with that site. Some of the people with the worst hip pain I've seen have excellent hip mobility, excellent hip strength. Some of the people I've seen with the worst elbow pain actually have very strong shoulders, triceps, and forearms. And the issue ends up being either in the wrist or the shoulder, right? So what gives? What's going on? Well, you have to understand that your body's, it will flag you upstream or downstream. So knowing to look exactly where you need to look, knowing that you need to look outside of where it's happening, either up or down or around, is gonna give you all the clues you need to understand how to resolve this issue for good.